The beginning. God created the universe out of nothing. We are living in this beautiful world with all the amazing landscapes, mountains, and stunning seas. But how did the world look like in the beginning? The earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. Genesis 1:2. This means no order, no beauty, no purpose. Nothing. So, how did all things come to being or existence? The interesting part is, in the midst of emptiness and dark waters, God is present, ready to bring order and life. It says in Genesis 1:2, the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. The world did not create itself or come about by chance. It was God who created the heavens and the earth in the beginning. God already exists in the beginning. He is the beginning of all things. God created the universe out of nothing. The creation took place in a span of 6 days. Each day begins with the praise, "And God said," and ends with the phrase, "And there was evening and morning." Each day, God addresses the problem mentioned in verse 2. The first 3 days deals with the problem of chaos, and on days 4 through 6, God fills the uninhabited land with creatures. The first step from chaos to order is to bring light. Genesis 1:3-5. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. God is establishing the order of time. On day 2, God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it, and it was so. God called the vault sky. What is the meaning of vault? It means space. God separated the chaos water into half, above and below. On day 3, God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters He called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Now, there is order in terms of time, sky, seas, and land. Days 4 through 6 is to fill all this with inhabitants. On day 4, God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years, and let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. God put the sun, moon, and stars to reflect His light. On day 5, God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And finally, on day 6, God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." After all this, God created a special creature called man, or in Hebrew, Adam. What makes man special among all creation? Man was created in the image and likeness of God. Genesis 1:27, which means men and women will rule over all creature and be His representatives in the world. Then, He provided them every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it for food. After God created humans, God said that it is very good. And God completed everything on the seventh day. This day is different from the other 6 days. By the seventh day, God had finished the work He had been doing. So, on the seventh day, He rested from all His work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because He rested from all the work of creating that He had done. Why God need to rest on the seventh day? God did not rest on the seventh day because He was tired. He rested to show His creating work was done, to give a pattern to man regarding the structure of time in 7-day weeks, and to give an example of the blessing of rest to man on the seventh day. The beginning in Genesis 1 is very important because it shows God's ultimate purpose to share creation with mankind so they can rest and rule with Him forever. This is God, the creator of heavens and the earth, who can turn things from nothing into something. Come, let us together know Him.